Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We made it another week down in January in 2021. I'm really excited. So excited. Had a very good weekend. Hope you guys all did too and got to celebrate Martin Luther King Day yesterday and unplug for a bit. But we're back at it, and you are tuning in to Tisha Talks Live at 4:45. And if you are new to this is a series I started back in September as a way to challenge myself to go live twice a week at 4:45, the time that I can get it done before I have to chauffeur kids, make dinner, all that stuff. It's the end of the day, and I always like to leave you with some nuggets of wisdom, a topic of the day, or even a question of the day. If you are tuning in live, either on LinkedIn or Facebook or on YouTube, the comment line is open. Make sure you shoot me a little chat or tell me hello, where you're from. And then if you have any questions or if you want to dive into this topic with me, always such a pleasure. So please make sure to do that through the comments. I also check the replay. So if you are tuning into this after the fact, after I'm done, then feel free to do that too, so we can engage in some conversation. So today we are talking about this topic. You ready for it? We all suck at something. All right, that's it. We all suck at something. So sit with me. I am going to be unpacking this a little bit more. Hey, Louise, groovy guy off of LinkedIn. Good to see you. Celine, good to have you. Hello from the Philippines. My goodness, yes. Thank you so much for tuning in off of LinkedIn as well. And today we're going to be talking about this subject that I mentioned about we all suck at something, and how do we get past the suck? All right, so it's going to be a little raw and real and edgy today. You even see I have my glasses on. It's just super, super real. And hey, Karen, good to see you on Facebook as well. Thanks for tuning in. And I want you guys to chime into this subject because, hey, I'm going to unleash some demons here. I'm going to tell you where I suck and how I've gotten better, and some tips and some tricks that I've learned in order to pick myself back up and keep moving, because we're not all going to suck at something forever, right? So we're going to be talking about this. Conrad Nelson. Conrad, I have a great story for you. I'll share it in a little bit, but he says, I suck at math. Okay, so you guys know, if you've been following with me on Tisha Talks, a couple weeks ago, I announced that I am right in the middle of getting my real estate license. 1 week down, 5 weeks to go. And yeah, there's a whole lot of math. And today, Conrad, I took the test, I took the quizzes in, I believe, chapter 14 or section 14, and I aced it. I got every single math question right. So I would pat myself on the back, because that is a damn huge accomplishment. All right, so let's get at it. So why am I coming up with this topic of, you suck at something? We all suck at something. Well, my good friend, Desiree Martinez, she is Ms. Desiree Rose on all of her social media platforms, including YouTube, where she spends a lot of her time. She is writing or revamping a book, and I'm so honored to write the foreword for her book. And she's revamping it. She's changing things up again, because she realized that the first book that she did, it's not producing the results that she wants. And hey, we started out sucking at something, and now we got to revamp it. And so she's creating this new book that's coming out and is doing the Audible version. So I'm going to be recording my foreword with her on the Audible side of things. And her new topic, or her new title of the book, so shout out to Desiree Martinez, is Start, Suck, Get Better. Did you hear it? Start, suck, get better. All right, so Start, Suck, Get Better is the title of Desiree's book. My dog, again, just jumped into my office, my boxer. You guys probably saw the door just open. So we're just going to keep going with this, because this is live. All right, so I'm writing the foreword for her book, and I'm going back in my mind of what are some of those things that I really, really sucked at, and how did I utilize her mantra of start, suck, get better in my life. And it reminds me of when I first got up to do my very, 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 very first speaking engagement. Mind you, I was in junior high. I was very young. I was like maybe 8th grade. And I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, and I had it in my head, and I got up on that stage and I was ready. I was so ready for it. And then I get up there and everything out the window. I couldn't even say one word of my speech. I couldn't remember a damn thing. And it is exactly what Desiree is talking about. We're going to start something. We're going to suck at it. We're going to have some epic fails. We're going to have even more epic fails. And then we've got to get back up. We got to get back in the game. We got to do it again and again and again and again and again. And again, if you've seen my journey, you know that I went from this girl, epic fail, didn't want to do public speaking, didn't want to do professional speaking. And now I do professional speaking as a career. I do that. It's actually one of my favorite income streams is to get up and speak and empower and inspire and move people into action and host events, being able to do that. So again, what she's sharing, start, suck, get better, is so true. So I wanted to take this a step further and do some research for all of you. And I found this amazing article on medium.com, and it's all about embracing that suck and becoming the best version of you out there. All right. So these are tips to get over the suck phase. And I wanted to share this. Mandy Chu wrote this article, and I will put the link in the replay because I really think you guys will be so empowered, so uplifted once you take a look at this. But here are some of the tips that Mandy writes, and I'm going to, unpack some of them for you. But one, stop consuming and start doing. How many of us are just constant consumers of information? We just take. We read every self-development book there is out there. I know I have several sitting on my bookcase, but we don't actually do anything with the information. We're like, I learned all this. Great. That's awesome. Now what? So how are you going to stop just consuming all that information and start actually doing something and doing something to use that information and make those achievements, to hit those achievements? So that's the first one. The other one is, this is one of my favorite, focus on growth, not the outcome. Focus on your growth, not the outcome. Because here's what happens is if we're so focused on the outcome, we miss all those little moments, those big steps, the journey that really, helps us grow. Right? So I've been an entrepreneur since 2004. I've had lots and lots of epic fails. I've had lots and lots of struggles, but the whole journey in a whole, I've been able to say, I've accomplished this. I learned this. I did this. I did these things. So don't discount all of those little things in your journey that help you grow. So that's a great point. Just as I said, I hate math. I'm going to tell you, I went to ASU. I had an algebra class with a teacher. I couldn't understand anything that he said. I got so frustrated. I got so burnt out that I quit, and I not really changed my major, but I was like, basic math, that's all I need to take, done. bare minimum. So for me, like Conrad and I were talking about here, to be able to do math now in my 40s and still be just, acing it, or at least learning, big, huge accomplishment. All right. The next thing, what we learn is who we become. We've talked about that. You're constantly evolving. You're constantly learning how to do things. And that's part of that suck phase. Like, we're going to suck. We didn't just, come out the gate walking and talking. We had to fail. We had to learn. We had to get back up. We had to get better. So that's what I want to share with you too, that it's all about who we become. So I am mentoring right now. I'm so happy about this. I got recruited to mentor for SeedSpot. And SeedSpot has this amazing program called YLA, and it's the Young Leaders of America Initiative. And I'm getting to mentor all these people from across the Caribbean and Latin America and Canada. And I had one of the mentees today. She's a brilliant fashion designer, a young fashion designer out of Belize, a place I actually really want to visit. And she was talking about how her first encounter with a client went so south. Like, she didn't have contracts in place. She doesn't have systems in place. She didn't have any of those things. And I said, well, now you get to learn. Now you get to pick yourself back up. Now you get to do it better the next time. Now now you've learned. Now you will never make that mistake again. So think about it that way. We are constantly in a state of learning and evolving. Surround yourself with people who you want to be like. All right. So if there's someone that you're aspiring to be like, I really like that person. I like what they're doing. I like what they stand for. Surround yourself with people like that. like that. Learn from them, because I guarantee, okay, I'm just going to say this. Honestly, I guarantee they probably sucked the first time out the gate too. So you can learn a lot from them. All right. I love this one. I love this. I'm just going to give a big shout out to Mandy Chu, who wrote this article on how to get over the suck, but do things for you. All right. Do things for you. Do not do things for your news feed. I'm going to say that again. Do things for you, not for your news feed. So many of us are so much like, you know, I'm going to post this. I'm going to see who responds. It's all about the response. It's all about setting the expectation. Don't do it for other people. Do it for you. All right. That's another way to get over the suck, get better. Just keep going and do it for you. Don't do it for your news feed. And the last thing that she wrote in here is be unapologetically you. You don't have to make apologies. You don't have to tell people I really suck at this. I'm so sorry. Stop apologizing. We've all been there. We've all been there for sure. We've all had to start somewhere, and we're all going to get better at this day by day, little by little, step by step, one day at a time. So there you have it. Those are your tips for getting over the suck. If you were like, Tisha, I suck at this, know that you're not going to be perfect at everything you do. In fact, one of my very favorite phrases that my kids use around me all the time, that it's just like stuck in my head, is it's not about practice making perfect. It's about practice making progress. If you can remember that, practice makes progress. Just like Conrad and I are talking about here in math, I suck at math, but if I keep practicing, I keep progressing, and I keep getting better scores on that test. All right. So practice makes progress. And yes, we all suck at something, but just as Desiree said in her book that's coming out, big plug for Desiree, it's all about starting, sucking, and getting better. All right, that's it for today's live. I just want to say thanks again for being on with me, and I hope you enjoyed this. I do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:45 right here on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on Facebook. And if you'd like to connect, my website's at the bottom at tishamarie.com, or you can find me on those platforms. And let's have that conversation. So thanks again for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, or if you want to chime in on this this conversation, by all means, please do. Like I said, I do check the replay and will respond back. So thanks everybody for tuning in live to this. I hope you have a fantastic night, and I will catch you back on Thursday at Tisha Talks Live at 4:45. Bye everyone.